Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to the Musings of Maverick channel. It's Maverick here. Today, we are finally getting back into the Monogatari series. Yes, guys, it is the return of Monogatari Mondays. So, we are continuing on with the current watch with Ougarimonogatari. Now, if you are new here, feel free to check out all my previous playlists and whatnot. I have been consistently watching the Monogatari series all the way up to this point. Just taking a hiatus for the last season or so, and just to catch up on some other things and whatnot. But I do want to finish this part. It is really intriguing, and I feel like we are just about entering the climax of the story, which I guess would make sense considering that this particular season is called Ougarimonogatari, which Owari means end, right? And so yeah, anyways, I typically structure my videos into, various parts. I have a blind reaction, and then finally at the very end, I will have my so-called musings section where I like to go a little bit deeper and talk a little bit more about how I feel about the episode and the matters at hand, which works particularly well with the Monogatari series, I feel, but, we shall see, we shall see. So, anyways, I don't think there's too much else to add. Let me get reacquainted with the series as time goes on within this first episode. I am I am going to just watch the entirety of Ougarimonogatari in one go, all 20 episodes. I am following the light novel order, and for the Ougarimonogatari series, I am using the Cole Girls subtitles. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh. Haven't heard your voice in a while, Araki. Okay. I never knew you were such a mathematician, Araki. Well, philosophical mathematician, I guess. Okay. We do know that Ougi is, kind of sus, right? In regards to everything. Though I seem to recall that, because we ended on Koyomimonogatari, right? I thought Araki was, like, banished to the other world or something of that sort by Gaian. Hmm. Okay. We're getting into the philosophical stuff already. Wait, what? Inequality? No, that happens all the while in nature. What are you talking about, Araki? Ooh. Man, this is Ougi's theme? Well, I guess it does quite fit her more darker nature, right? Hmm. Interesting song. I feel like it wasn't really resolved in a way, but I guess that's just the song, I mean. Alright, but anyways. Really? I thought you were the master of these kinds of situations, Haraki. When does this happen, though? Okay, so this is like something supernatural going on. You can never be sure with Monogatari, right? Whether the background visuals is just for flair and effect. Okay, so just half a year. I guess there's a reason why the anime order is a little bit different, right? Because this is definitely going back in time once again. But then again, I mean, I'm not a stranger to that kind of, time leaps back and forth. So this is in the early days of Aragi meeting Ougi, I guess. I kind of feel like this is a weird episode to re-pick up everything. Or maybe it's because I just watched Koyomimonogatari before. Okay, yeah. I was thinking that there was a specific meaning between him walking all the way there as well. So he's been here before, right? Detective Ougi-chan. Now she's presenting her case. Okay. What in heaven's name is going on here? So, part of Aragi's repressed past memories? Why do you know all this, Ougi? Well then, considering that we do, well, I do believe that Ougi has the ability to travel through time or whatnot. You're the moderator. No? Okay, interesting character. Sodachi. Not class press. Not exactly the voice I was expecting, but okay.
現したわけだ。ではこれから臨時学級会を開催します。
でも不思議ですね。荒木先輩はその学級会が開催されることを直前まで知らなかったんですよね。
それは単純な伝達ミス。
I wouldn't translate that as extraordinary. Well, I guess extraordinary can work. It's more like ad hoc.
それらがいつも僕には届かなかったんだ。
それって今風に言うところのぼっちってやつなんですか？
やや誤解だ。大木ちゃん、これは友達がいなかったやつが友達がいらなくなるまでの過程を語る物語なんだ。
では姿勢を正して聞かせていただきましょう。その臨時学級会とやらの話を。学級会の本日の議題。
まずは大倉がこう切り出したんだ。
本日の議題は犯人宛てです。犯人を特定するまで、もしくは犯人が自ら名乗り出るまで、誰もこの教室から出しませんから、そのおつもりで。
Culprit of what?
僕は戦場ヶ原下着の席を
お
確認した。彼女はとても病弱で、1学期の半分も登校してきていないイメージがある。
はあ。
こうして出席しているのだから、かなり事態はシリアスだと思われる。
犯人宛て、穏やかではありませんね。一体何があったんですか？
期末試験が
Wait, is this the first time that was
教室で数学の勉強会があった。
revealed that those two were in the same middle class?
へえ、勉強会。
でも試験が終わった後、勉強会に参加した生徒と不参加だった生徒との間には平均して20点ほど点数に開きがあった。これは何らかの不正行為があったと見るべきだってのが大倉の主張だった。何者かが職員室から数学の試験問題を入手し、その試験の内容を勉強会でさりげなく反映させた。だから勉強会に参加した生徒の成績がそうして高くなった。
神聖なる勉強会を、そして不可侵の期末試験を怪我した者がいるとすれば、それは許されることではありません。勉強会に欠席した生徒も自分は無関係だなんて思わないでください。これは私たち1年3組全体の問題です。繰り返しますが、犯人を特定するまで、もしくは犯人が名乗り出るまで、誰もこの教室からは出しませんから、そのおつもりで。となるとこの後、おいくら先輩は議長の座を荒木先輩に譲り渡したということですか？
I mean, not that the class president has that kind of authority, but okay.
勉強会に参加した生徒が場を仕切るのがまずいってことはわかるよな。かといって残りの誰でもいいってことにはならない。何せ議題の中心にあるのが数学の試験。
So pick the one without any friends?
話が及ぶことは避けられない。じゃあ数学の成績があまり良くなかった者には任せられないってことになるだろう。
Oh.
まあそうですかね。でも勉強会を欠席、もとい勉強会に不参加だった生徒の平均点は参加者より20点も低かったんでしょ？いるんですか？不参加者の中に勉強会参加者に匹敵する高成績高得点を収めた生徒が。
いるよ、そりゃ。ただし勉強会に参加していた生徒全員よりも
Senjugahara, right?
僕だけだった。
Oh wait, it was you?
だから僕が議長に選ばれたわけだ。100点100点満点で100点。
Oh no, wait. Senjugahara was just the first overall.
じゃあ迅速に進行してもらいましょうか。荒木。
もう伝わったと思うけど、大倉委員長が僕を病的なまでに嫌っている理由は僕が数学が得意だからだ。自分がオイラーと呼んでもらえないのは数学の点数において己を上回る僕のせいだと彼女は強く確信しているんだ。
Alright, so basically she wants to
勉強会に参加して
pin the blame on Araki, eh?
容疑者の15人に絞られたというわけですね。ワクワクするな。この学級会は犯人が隠した歴史を探す。
Find the culprit. So it is Detective Ougi. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, normal logic would dictate that Araki was probably the one who was blamed for this, right? All right. This is the first time we see this, so I will see through the ending. I have to say though, Oki's eyes are really, really creepy. Is that still Ogi and Araki? Alright. Oh, there's Twin-Tailed Girl. What's she called again? Sodashi? Or Euler? Alright. See you guys after this. Well, alright. After this hiatus and coming back to Monogatari, and then instantly we are thrown into this kind of situation here, right? But to be fair, for the second half of this episode, it's kind of gone back to the routine that we are familiar with, right? Solving mysteries, solving aberrations, and indeed in this one, you might even say it's a little bit straightforward, although, you know, there could be a twist at the very end there, right? And what I'm talking about is obviously, you know, this kind of situation, considering Aragi's antisocial tendencies and how this event changed him and whatnot. You know, the logical conclusion would be that in the end the blame was pinned on Aragi, right? Either he was accused of being the culprit, or you know, he's going to be, because as a moderator, right, he might be you know, his neutrality might come into question, right, and then be ostracized by both groups, by one group saying that you're not really doing enough to find the culprit, and then by the other group saying that, no, why are you picking on us, we did nothing, you know, that kind of dynamic here, right? So I'm guessing it's either one out of those two kinds of outcomes, and so it would also make sense then that since this has a long-lasting impact on Aragi, that the manifestation of the aberration right now is actually because Aragi himself stepped into the classroom, right? He is the cause of this aberration, and he's gonna have to solve it. Now, obviously, this was done by, you know, the careful planning of Ougi, who clearly knows about everything, and clearly steered Aragi towards the classroom to resolve this thing. For what purpose? Not really sure, right? Not really sure, but you know, confronting your demons and whatnot, I would say that's a good thing, right? And especially, you know, going back to the entire coming of age story and whatnot, you know, we already know that Aragi is about to graduate, right? There is this concept of leaving leaving no regrets behind, in a sense. So I guess in that sense, you could say it having a conclusion, finding a conclusion to all of this, it's fundamentally a good thing, right? So maybe we really shouldn't fault Ougi for asking Araki to relive through these memories and resolve it, because ultimately that is still a net positive. And yeah, and I think that's basically it, that of this story, right? Now, can there be some twists? I don't know. Because again, the logical thing would be that Araki comes out of this hurt in some way, right? Mentally scarred, or something of that sort. And I would presume that only really happens if he is the focal point of all the abuse and so on and so forth. I mean, I guess technically you could say that he got disheartened by the sort of like the darkness of humans, because everybody was just throwing shit at each other, and then come out of it more pessimistic than before. I guess that's also a possibility, but somehow I feel like in order to cause such a drastic change, in order for him to have to repress his memory so much, she should have come out of it with a long-lasting scar, right? Now, with that being said, since this is the same, I'm not really sure right now on how exactly the class, the class sort of, how can I say this? How the class continues throughout the years, right? And by the way, so I later figured out that this is actually the first year of high school. I originally thought it was the first year of middle school, so that was causing a little bit of confusion for me. But anyways, the first year of high school, we see Senjugahara in the same class as well. Where's Hanekawa? Did she transfer in or something of that sort? I honestly kind of forgot about her backstory, if they ever did mention that they were originally from different classes. But I'm just thinking though, because Araki, if this is this type of system that I'm familiar with, and you stay with your classmates all throughout all the 3 years, if they actually did accuse him of something, or ostracize him in some way, how did he later on come back and become the vice class pres again? Working with Hanekawa and whatnot. I mean, I guess technically there's no rule that states that you can't be in that position anymore, but I'm just curious about that dynamic, and that's also why I can't say with 100% certainty that the events are going to unfold the way that I described, because there could be a little bit of a twist in there, right? Which would definitely keep things interesting. Otherwise, this seems fairly straightforward here, and then they're going to have to find a way to find a culprit and so on and so forth, right? And again, if judging by instant gut reaction and whatnot, the obvious culprit here, the obvious person to suspect would be Sodashi, right? Because, she's just out for it against Araki and whatnot. But, that might be a little bit too straightforward, a little bit too on the nose, so hopefully there is going to be a bit more subtlety in regards to that. For the rest, I mean, we just got back. I can't really say much about this at this point. Again, I feel like probably my insistence on going through this through light novel order also contributes a little bit to confusion and whatnot. Actually, I didn't really go back and check what the original anime airing order was, but I'm assuming that this did not come directly after Koyomimonogatari, right? Because, it's definitely... Even though there are these sort of transitions, right, where after you reach a critical point, then you jump the story back once again, but typically the two things are related, right? And so I could understand if at the end of Koyomimonogatari we actually saw Ougi appear before Aragi instead. Instead of Mayoi, right? But as it stands, now that we jumped all the way to here, there is this sort of how can I put this? There's this sort of it just doesn't really flow properly. It's basically the thing that I'm trying to say here. But hey, I mean, just give it a few episodes, and I'm sure everything will be fine by then. I mean, what an introduction to Ougi, right? And by the way, again, her eyes really creep me out, right? With the way her pupils are and whatnot. But anyways, that's it for this episode, I guess. Not really too much else to add here. And yeah, I know that in the original anime airing, I believe the first 2 episodes were aired together. But you know, I'm just gonna do things episode by episode, 20 episodes and whatnot. So I will see you guys in the next one. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.